everyone, my name is Véronique from 10 Indoor Walrus, and today I'd like to share with you a restorative yoga sequence that you can do when you feel worried or anxious and tired as well. So in this case, I think it's important to give your body the time to rest and restore. And that's what we do in restorative yoga. On the emotional side, we also take the time to feel the emotion, to digest them, and to let them go. To do that, we need to be completely relaxed in the poses. So that's why we need props. And I have, for instance, today I have this big bolster. If you don't have one, you can use cushions, like sofa cushions or pillows, anything that can support you into the poses. I also have 2 blankets. I've got 2 yoga blocks. You could use any big book instead. And I have a yoga belt. If you don't have one, any soft belt will do. So we're going to practice 4 poses. Each time I'm going to talk you through so that you can be set in the pose. And then I'll put my timer and we'll stay in the pose for 3 minutes. And I will not speak. So if you prefer, you can also play some relaxing music in the background, if that helps you to completely relax. So let's start by some breathing awareness, and I like to place a blanket under my hips so that my knees are lower than my hips and it's more gentle for the hips. Making sure that you are sitting nice and tall, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, making sure that as well that the head is not leaning forward or backward, relaxing the jaws, relaxing the shoulders, placing the hands on the thighs or on the knees. And you might want to close your eyes. It's up to you. And we'll first draw our awareness on the breath without judgment, just noticing the breath, noticing the inhale and the exhale as you breathe in and out through the nose. Also noticing if there is any tension anywhere while you are breathing. And if that's the case, then try to direct your breath towards this area. Noticing which part of the body is moving as you inhale and as you exhale. Noticing the quality of the breath. Is it smooth, deep, shallow? And notice as well the length of the inhale and of the exhale. Next, we are going to try and balance both the inhale and the exhale. So, for instance, if you inhale for 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4, try to exhale for 4 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll let you do that at your own rhythm, because you might have a different rhythm to mine. But the key is to try to balance both. once you've balanced both the inhale and the exhale, we're going to try and lengthen the exhale with a ratio of 1 to 2. So if the inhale was 4, then you exhale for 8. If it was 3, you exhale for 6. So you double the length for the exhale. And when we lengthen the exhale, it helps to relax. So something that you can do before going to bed. So hopefully you already feel a little bit calmer. And we'll move to the first pose, the reclined bound angle pose. And we are going to lower the upper body onto the bolster. And I like to raise the bolster a little bit so it's more comfortable for me when the upper body is inclined like this. You might want to have it higher or lower, just whatever works for you best, whatever is most comfortable. So we'll sit with the low back touching, or near touching the bolster. And we bring the soles of the feet together. The key is not to open the hips as much as possible, so it's okay to have the feet a little bit further away. And I like to place some blanket or support under the thigh. It's more comfortable for me. And to use a belt so that the feet don't move forward. If you don't have a belt, you can also do the pose facing a wall with the toes touching the wall, and that will prevent the feet from moving forward. If you have the belt, place it under your feet and then around the back. So that the buckle is here. And we don't want to tighten it too much, because we want to be able to lower the upper body and relax. So I'm just going to check how it feels, and then I can adjust the belt, adjust the feet, and check. Yeah, it feels comfortable enough, so I'm going to set the timer. If you need a bit more time to find the right pose, you can always press on pause and join again whenever you have everything right for you. So let's start for 3 minutes. come out of the pose, first release the belt. And place your hands under the knees and gently draw the knees together. You can either press on your hands to come up, or it's better to turn to the side and then press on the floor to come up to sitting. And between poses, try to move as slowly and mindfully as possible. For the second pose, we are going to turn to face the bolster. It's a very similar position, except we are facing down, facing the block. And the feet are also touching the soles of the feet. It's called the butterfly pose. And we are leaning forward. So again, you want to check the height that is most comfortable for you. And you can place some blocks underneath. I think that's the right height for me. And I like also my comfort, so I like to place the blanket on top of the bolster. The hands can be on the feet or on the mat. Just checking, adjusting. And I'm going now to again press the timer for 3 minutes. Placing the hands on the mat and slowly pressing to come up to sitting. Very slowly, take your time. And the next pose, we're going to leave the bolster where it is and turn around so that we are sitting perpendicular to the bolster and the feet are pointing in the opposite direction. You might want to leave the bolster on the support, or I prefer to have it flat on the mat. It's up to you again to decide what is most comfortable. And then we're going to turn the upper body to face the bolster and lie down. Just one more advice. If you find it really difficult to relax in the poses, maybe you can just follow your breath. Or what I like to do is to imagine water, and the ripples on the water are like my thoughts and my emotion. And then I just try to get the water as flat and still as possible. And that's an image that helps me to relax into a pose. So maybe there is another image that works for you, something that you can imagine and that brings peace and stillness. So whenever you find the correct adjustment for the pose, we're going to stay again for 3 minutes. You can have your head one way or the other, whatever feels more comfortable. Slowly coming up. And we'll repeat the same pose on the other side. So extending the legs in front of us, moving the bolster to the other side. Again, if you need to place some blocks underneath, do so. Bending the legs so the feet are pointing to the opposite direction. And whenever we're ready, we can turn the upper body so we are facing the bolster and slowly lying down for 3 minutes. Coming up slowly. We're now ready for the last pose, shavasana, the corpse pose. We'll hold it for 3 minutes again, but if you want to stay longer in shavasana at home, you can stay for as long as you want. To make it more comfortable, I like to place something like a blanket under my head. I also like to place the bolster under my knees, and that makes it nicer for the lower back. And something that I also like to do is to place a blanket, like a folded blanket, something a little bit with a bit of weight on the abdomen, and that helps me to relax. So I'll set the timer for 3 minutes. when you are ready to come out of shavasana, you can move the props away and bending your legs, let the knees fall to the side and turn completely into the side, to the fetus pose. Take your time. And when you're ready to come back to sitting, you can press the top hand on the floor and come to seated. So I hope that you feel now more rested physically, and that it also helped you to let go at least of some of the anxiety and the worry that you felt before. Namaste.